Thank you very, very, very much for accepting to talk to me and to accepting this interview. The circumstances are really awful and unimaginable. So you told me that as of the 21st of February, you decided to leave.
In reality, I leave my apartment. I live in 9th floor house on the 7th floor, and I live with my family, husband and 2 kids in Vasilkiv. It's in less than 20 kilometers before Kiev, and it's a small city, but with a flight military base. And our house is located in 300 meters only near the military base. And we get waked up at 5 a.m. in the morning on 24th after the bombs. It was a rocket attack at first, and during the next 30 minutes we got 8 or 7 bombs, and we hurried up and we left our house only with documents and in pajamas, for example. Thank God we have near our house a car, and we traveled by car in 30 kilometers. So far as possible from the bombs and from these rocket attacks. When the situation became worse and worse, we decided to move to the west because there the husband parents live and we have a house, we have a food. In this area it's calm, but the traveling was very, very hard. A lot of traffic, block posts, and a lot of cars with kids, but at the same time planes and bombing. It was awful. The older, it's okay, he understands the situation, but younger, the old time, when he comes to the bed, he puts the gun. It's toys gun, but he puts the gun under the pillows. And he say, Mom, everything will be okay. If we need to go to the shelters, please wake up me and I will go very, very quickly. And now it's commandant time. It doesn't allow to turn on the light in the house. But after the 7 days of staying here in Ternopil, he became more relaxed, and now he is happy. He can walk around. The sun is shining. We bought some balloons for him, and now for me it's also difficult, but I really hope that we shouldn't leave this place, and in the very nearest future we could come back at home. I'm not sure that we will have a home because Russia still continue to bombing this military base, and some of houses, some of apartments are already destroyed. If we even don't have a house, we will rebuild everything, and I am ready to participate in all actions to rebuild our cities, our towns. I could do everything by my hands, and I am ready for do it. And I really hope that it will happen in the nearest future. Today's spirit of our people and the braveness of our defenders, of our men, ordinary men, not even only military, ordinary. For example, my husband, my brother, they defend now not only Ukraine. They defend today the whole world. Russia today uses the different types of weapons, and one of these weapons also the food, and global food security is coming, and they also have a plan. It's my personal opinion, but they also have a plan to stop spring sowing campaign in Ukraine. They now are trying to do everything that Ukraine could gather a small less yield of agricultural products in autumn. I think that Russia will find some friends in other countries, and they could make a chantage in autumn due to the lack of food in the whole world. I even got the very bad information, and for me it's very bad signal from the east in small cities where is now there are a lot of Russian troops. The farmers even have been visited by Russian troops with the proposals. You are on Russian land now. Please provide any documents and be under the responsibilities of Russian governance, and please re-register it, your land, in our Russian cadastre, and you will get the state support for spring sowing campaign, but all yield which you grow, would be the Russian. It's a few cases, but I already got these cases. And for example, yesterday I got the very important for me information that the occupiers are aiming at agricultural machinery and machinery stocks. Systematic cases of such actions have been recorded in Kyiv region, in Zaporizhia region, in Chernihiv region, some cases in Kherson and Kharkiv region, in Kherson region. Agricultural machinery is requisitioned and mass by the invaders for engineering work also, construction of fortifications, and for use as tractors for armored vehicles. The local population in this region, where there are a lot of Russian troops, is forcibly involved in these works. This will jeopardize the sowing campaign in the spring, which could lead to a humanitarian crisis in some region of our country. And food security threatened not only in Ukraine, because our country is one of the main suppliers of many types of crops to the world markets. For example, we provide 12 or 13% of all wheat in the whole world and 18% of corn. And I know now that according to the latest information, more than 400 million people in the world depend on grain supplies from Ukraine. War in Ukraine poses now a challenge to global food security, in particularly acute in the Middle and East and North Africa, all these countries. If the war continues, Ukraine will not be able to supply the world with the remaining 6 million tons of wheat, which was planned, and 15 million tons of corn.
Oh my God, this is really awful. But what about the animals?
Due to the logistic problems, the farmers announced about the lack of feed for animals. Some only the half of milk now could be processed in Ukraine for yogurt, for baby food, for other things, for purchasing it at the supermarkets. Only the half, because the other processing companies are blocked now by Russian troops. In the region where now is very hot, where the real fights is every day, the situation is more worse now. For example, the biggest livestock producer and poultry producer in this area was destroyed. For example, poultry farm for 3 million heads in Kherson Oblast was lost. Some pig producers informed that their farmers to be lost and slaughterhouse also to be lost. Not all, it's Syrian attack now in Kyiv. Do you hear this? It's in Kyiv. Just to summarize the bottom line, that in the areas which are occupied now by Russian troops, and in the areas where is now continuous the fights, the farms were pigs, poultry were destroyed, and the population of birds or pigs, the heads were lost. In the area, like in calm area, in the central part or in the western, the farms continue to work, but the farmers feels the lack of feed now. 50% of agricultural arable land with crops, which we usually use for wheat, for maize, is already blocked, and the sowing campaign couldn't be continued. In the worst variant, only the 30% of plant area which we plant. The fuel, it's a big catastrophe. A lot of cases from the UNAF members I got that the farmers make the prepayment for fuel or for some fertilizers to the Belarus companies. And after this, all suppliers were stopped. Money will not come back. The farmers don't have money because he did the prepayment and don't have fertilizers. Russia attacked and bombed these storages and destroy this fuel storage as well.
My country, Romania, is importing basically a lot of fertilizers from Ukraine. And they are very worried now because there are not many alternatives. They had to start to look quickly. They have to start the spring campaign, now the sowing campaign, and there are not many alternatives there. Also, the prices jumped, exploded like 4 or 5 times, even more. So they were wondering. I saw your government stopped the exports.
Yeah, we stopped also the export to provide and to secure our internal consumption.
Yeah, this is why. So I was wondering if the factories are still standing, and if they are still standing, the factories for fertilizers, if they are still standing, can they still start producing at some point? Or
they have a lot of the storage because they did in advance. Yeah, some of the plants located in the Rivne Oblast, in the other regions, and were not destroyed or affected by the war. The chemical producers also have the plants in the eastern part, close to Donetsk region. And I know that this plant was stopped, but I am not sure. But I got some information that this plant was stopped. When we finish this sowing campaign and when we understand, could we provide and save our consumption only by internal companies, yeah, I think the government will open the market and will allow to export. I think until the end of the May it couldn't be. Maybe until the middle of the May. I participated yesterday in this common Zoom of the Deputy Minister of Agrarian Policy of Ukraine and the Euro Commissioner on Agriculture, Mr. Wojciechowski. I got the one very important message from this meeting. Our Deputy Minister said that Russia already decided to use new weapon. It's a food, and they will do all that they could to destroy the spring sowing campaign in Ukraine. As a consequence is to have the lack of food in autumn in the whole world. And one of these examples, it's real demonstrate that the Russia even attacked and bombing the state agency of land of Ukraine, because at this state agency there is the big data of land owners of all Ukrainian land. And they already bombing, it was unsuccessful, but they already bombing this agency because they would like to destroy this data and started to take out all land in Ukraine.
To take it for Russia.
Yeah, agricultural land, to take it for Russia.
Oh my God.
And they know that in this central part, geographically, from the east to the center, it's the most value of the land. Yeah, we have a lot of victims now every day. We have a lot of blood every day. We couldn't save all of people, all of kids, but we even couldn't save unborn kid. For me, it's very tough, and it's very pity, and I can't find the words to explain it. We even could provide safety for unborn. It could be one more life in Ukraine, but the life of mom and this child were stopped by Russia. The real example doesn't show that they want to stop it, or they even want to understand that this war and all these victims will be paid afterwards, that you should be responsible for all your actions. We have a special channel in mobile app that they provide different records from conversation between Russian soldiers and their wives or moms in Russia. Yeah, and every day I hear a lot of records, and on these records mom and wives even recommends them, these men, these soldiers in Ukraine, please use grad and bomb and kill everybody, civilian or military, doesn't matter. Yeah, they recommend them. And from the other side, Russian soldiers said that yes, we got the order to kill even civilian people, and for us it doesn't matter who is it. And also, would you like to say you some funny story? We today traveled by tank and saw the stopped car, and inside in this car were the family, and they were scared, and we like shoot, pum pum pum. And go out after this. It's for funny. We do it for funny. For them, it's they even understand now. They also told every day with smile to their relatives in Russia that they stole one house. They took the cool TV, or for example some fewer coat. I took for you some present, my darling. Yeah, I took 2 or 3 fewer coat for you because we stole in some house.
Do you have any message for the European farmers, for the Romanian farmers? Any message?
Yeah, I have one additional message, if it's possible. Please stop any cooperation with any Russian companies. Every cent paid to the Russian companies finances the kills in Ukraine. A lot of companies already stopped cooperation with Russia. A lot of companies after this big pressure stopped or decided to stop, and they announce that they are going to leave Russia. But some of them continue to work. And this message very clear, please stop any cooperation with Russia. We could stop Putin and could stop this war only in case they will not have resources for the war.